Good evening all, this is Tom here, and I got a question for everyone. Hopefully someone can give me a good answer. I got my track laid out on the upper level with my two loops, and they're all, down. The inside loop, I got the road bed down. The other one I didn't get done yet because I ran into a big problem with the reverse loop up here. I got the train to run all the way around the loop. It comes, and then as soon as it hits this spot right here, it short circuits. If I bring the train from this end in and come through, it stops right there also. Now, what I have on this turnout here, which leads into the reverse loop, I have insulators here, I got insulators on this leg, and I got insulators back here. I got a small piece of straight track right there between this crossing and the turnout, and that has my feeders on it for the block detection. So there's a red wire on the inside rail and a black wire on the outside rail, and that goes down to my BD20 underneath the layout, and that all works because I have power throughout. I have a Cobalt IP digital motor, and that works. The frog is energized off of the Cobalt, and I got current when I cross the frog and this rail here, and so I got energy there. And I put a meter on the entire loop, my meter there, and I had current 15 volts all the way around. And then I put the one wire on this rail and followed it all the way around, and the inside rail becomes the outside rail here, and I had 15 volts. But when I push it across to this rail, I got 0. So I tried many combinations. I have a feeder here on this small piece of track, and it's black on this rail and red on that rail, because if you follow this rail all the way around, it's the red rail over here, and the black rail is the outside rail. But then as it comes around, it switches, and the black is on the inside and the red's on the outside. So I got a feeder there, and I got a feeder over here. You can see I got red and black. So this whole loop has energy, and there's insulators at the top of the loop there. So from that to the left side of those insulators all the way down to the turnout is one block, and then on the right hand side of the insulators comes down around to here, and that's block 2. So block 1, block 2. So the end trains all fit in the loop. The longest train I have will fit in this loop, no problem. So I don't have to worry about that. But the engine just dies right here. Now, I've tried 2 different auto reversers. This is the first one I got. This was on Larry, the DCC guy's channel. He had how to set up automatically reverse your loops. And this is a Tam Valley dual frog juicer. And there's not much settings on this guy. A couple of jumpers here. That's for your amperage. and then there's a jumper here. This jumper here turns this board into a auto reverser. So this block of screws here is for your DCC in, so that could be your track DC bus line, and then this one here is for the loop. So I took the feeder wires from this. Oh, one other thing I want to tell you. I also am trying to set this turnout to auto switch, and that's a BD20 and a cobalt issue that I'm waiting for the guy from DCC Concepts to come back to me with an answer on. But so what that meant was I had to cut the track here, and then I put another set of feeders here, and then I did the same thing on this leg. A cut here, and then 2 feeders here. Okay, and those, and then here, somewhere in here, there's right here, right at this spot, there's a single feeder that goes down to a BD20, and then there's one over on this side too, right there, that goes down to another BD20, and those 2 BD20s connect to the cobalt IP, and when the track hits this section here, or this section here, it'll send a signal to the cobalt to switch the turnout. So I haven't gotten that to work, but that's not what I'm a problem with. I disconnected all that just to try and troubleshoot this loop problem. So I've tried the feeder wires on the dual frog juicer to the this terminal here. From here, I've connected them from here, I've connected them from here, I've connected them from this one, and this one here I'm using as the DCC in. I even ran a pair of wires to my Power Pro bus line to bypass my EB1s. Okay, this is a separate bus line that comes up from my circuit breaker panel here, and I bypassed that by going directly to the Power Pro unit, and that didn't make no change either. It still dies at this point here on these insulators. As soon as it hits these rails on this curved piece, it short circuits. I move it back, the circuit clears. If I go this direction and go around, it works, and it goes all the way around until it gets to that spot. If I come this way and change this turnout to diverge, and then I come in here, it dies right at this spot. So that's my problem. Hopefully somebody has an answer or something to try. I've sent emails to several people. Everybody's scratching their heads. And I've been scratching my head on this for about 5 days now, and I still can't get anything going. And it's a very frustrating problem, because I can't move any further, because I need to test the other oval, and I want to make sure that I have this wired and working before I put in this loop, because if I have to change something, then I want to change it in both places, this one. So remember I said I had 2 auto reversing units. Well, currently I have NCE's AR10 connected, and it doesn't work either. As you can see, it's connected, and I have it connected to this feeder over here and this feeder over here, and the lights come on if I tell Alexa Alexa, train on.
Okay.
As you can see, the green light came on. And I'm going to push the engine over to that section. And as you can see, boom. As you can see, the light went out. As soon as I push it back, eventually my EB1 will come back on and the circuit's alive again, and it went green again. And that green light means reverse leg. So if I run the engine on the main all the way around, it runs until it hits that spot. So that's the question of the day. Hopefully somebody can get an answer. Just email me or message me, and hopefully I can get this resolved. Appreciate it. And everybody, safe travels wherever you may be, and have a good evening. Thanks. This is Tom. Take care.